Hello and welcome to Up for Debate. My name is Ruben.
And I'm Sela.
And today we're going to be bringing you another top 10 topic, focusing of course as always on UK rap. Today we're going to be looking at the top 10 songs that have changed the culture or represent the culture. So 10 of the most significant songs in UK rap. So that should be interesting. It's the second episode, so if you haven't seen the first one yet, check it out. Last week we looked at the top 10 UK legends. Okay, so would you like to let them know the top 10 songs that we have selected and agreed upon for the show?
So yeah, these have been selected at random, but this was quite difficult to actually look at. I know we're going to be missing out a lot of songs that you guys will probably put in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe. But the videos that we've chosen are as follows. So Gigs Talking the Hardest, Kano P's and Q's, Dizzy Rascal Fix Up Look Sharp, Wiley Rolex, Tinchy Strider Game Over, Skepta Shutdown, Tiny Pass Out, Chip Champion, Lethal Bizzle Power, and Stormzy Shut Up.
Okay, so there we go. There's the top 10. There's some big songs we left out as well. We could briefly, so Skepta we were deciding on That's Not Me or Shutdown. Both at a similar, I think the same year they were released, so we went with Shutdown.
You had JME, Man Don't Care featuring Gigs. That's also a really popular
It
song.
was very, very close to the list as well.
You have you have a lot of Kano's songs, for example, Free Wheel Ups. That was a big tune as well.
Tinchy, we went Game Over. Number 1 was another shout in there, and yeah, so all I Love You, Dizzy Rascal.
I Love You, exactly.
We're with Fix Up Look Sharp.
We could be here all day, but we had to separate.
We've got to make a decision at some
Exactly.
point. So I'm going to read my 10 to 6, and then Sela will read his 10 to 6, and let's see how we get on. So number 10, I've got Wiley, Wearing My Rolex. Number 9, Tinchy Strider, Game Over. 8, Champion from Chip. 7, P's and Q's. And 6, Pass Out, Tiny Temper.
Okay, and mine's is slightly different to his. So I've got Chip Champion 10, 9 Tinchy Strider Game Over, 8 Wiley Wearing My Rolex, 7 Kano P's and Q's, and Dizzy Rascal Fix Up Look Sharp.
Okay, so pretty similar. I think we were in relative agreement there, which is good. So let's start with number 10. We both had Wiley. Is that right?
No, I had Chip Champion.
You had Chip Champion. Okay, so number 10. What do you think? I think.
The reason why I had Chip Champion, it's not the fact that Chip, the actual song is amazing songs. It was featuring Chris Brown. Had a lot of lyrical ability in that song as well. Very heartfelt. But what it is was, I'm kind of thinking of the impact it had on the scene. I think when that song was released, the scene had already been established, and it was just another good song, if you know what I mean. Whereas the reason why Wiley song for me was slightly higher is because that was a different sound. I mean, personally for me, that wasn't the biggest sound, the most enjoyable sound in terms of Wiley. I thought that Chip Champion is a better music song than Wiley, Wearing My Rolex. But that's the reason why I was thinking outside the box.
I think those are probably the two songs that most veer away from like the typical rap or grime song. So Chip's, that's probably the one pop song on the list, and Wiley's sort of looking at other genres as well. So not that there's a problem with that, but in terms of the culture of UK rap and grime and representing that, then they probably need to be the bottom two.
Yeah,
so,
you'd agree that those two are the bottom. So you can have them any way you want.
So I'm happy to go with maybe Chip number 10.
Maybe Wiley number 9, maybe?
Yeah, let's do that. Chip number 9, or Chip number 10, sorry, Wiley number 9. And then what else do we have?
We had Tinchy Strider, right?
Tinchy Strider, where did you put him?
I put him number 9, but I'm thinking what you put him number 8?
I put 9 as well, so.
Oh, you put him 9?
We can promote him
to number 8.
Are you happy to have that ahead of Wiley and Chip?
Yeah, I am.
Let's talk about Game Over.
So Game Over was Game Over number 1?
I'm not sure. I don't think so.
But it was one of his. I think that was one of the songs that a lot of people, UK artists, know. And you made a very good point about actual grime. That was still a bit of grime, but it was like, how can I describe it? A bit more pop as well. You had a lot more different sorts of rappers. Like, for example, Examples and that song, you wouldn't really associate it with UK rap, you know. But it was very creative, and that's why I've had it ahead of those two, because it was in a day. It was more similar to grime than the other two.
Yeah, no, I remember listening to this in school.
Yeah.
And getting pretty hyped up over it.
It's very similar to grime, but it was more still veering away. It's not grime, if you understand what I'm saying. It had a lot of the artists that we know.
Yeah, very strong lineup. So you got Giggs, Professor Green, Tiny Temper, Devlin, Example, and Chips. That sort of all very well known, all very popular, but covers quite a few different styles and genres in there as well. So, but I thought it was at that point we didn't have that many songs where we had a lot of strong features on. We've got another one in this list, but after that there's not that many, so I think we need to recognise that as a significant moment.
Also a disclaimer, we're not saying these songs are particularly bad, so even if people may get offended, let me just make a disclaimer. If people get offended,
Disclaimer.
If people get offended by this, we're not saying that the songs were bad. These are top 10, so anything in the top 10 is actually a very good song. Now, obviously we've missed a lot out, but these songs, we have our criteria that we're rated on, and especially how it influenced the culture. So that's the reason why we have this particular list.
Cool. Number 7, Kano, P's and Q's. You had the same?
I had the same, but it hurts me to say it, man.
That's your song.
That's Kano's my guy. That's one of my tune. But if I was talking about influencing the culture, yes, this song, if you were around our age, I'm 28, I'm going to be 28 now, so when we started properly listening to grime.
Old man,
That's an old man, you know. But yeah, no, when we were listening to this sort of song, this was one of the very first tunes that we started listening to. It got everybody hyped up, you know. People still play this song till this day. However, what I would say is, in terms of the actual influence, I wouldn't say it's as influential as some of the other songs that we've put ahead of this on their list.
I don't think it's the first one people will necessarily think of, so...
Exactly, and also we're also considering how it charted as well, at the time as well, and who listened to it, so that's why it's so low, but this is one of my favourite songs, if I'm being honest.
I know you're a big fan of that one. Great song, of course, no doubt about that. Number 6, Tiny, or Tiny Temper as he was known not so long ago, and certainly when this one came out. So Pass Out, again we touched on this one a little bit last episode, but so this was a number 1 record, and credit to him, it kind of sounds like a very radio friendly song, quite mainstream, but it is pure rap. He hasn't got like a singer on the feature or anything like that, so he did well to allow a rap song to get such mainstream recognition. It's very catchy, it's a good song, it's not lyrically...
I think the reason why we put it so low is because of its lyrical content. I mean, in terms of influence, like, it had a huge influence. Like, if you went to, for example, a club in Watford, Oceana, it's now, I think it's called Hangout now. Yeah, so they'd be playing that song. If you go to your, like, parties, your friends' parties, that song would always be playing. So that's...
And everyone knew that song.
Everyone knew the song. Everyone used to dance to that song.
Girls were singing along to that one.
Exactly.
Probably even my mum, I don't know. she knew some of them songs. Okay, so that is 6 to 10.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to move in now to the top 5, the Crunch. So I'll give you my top 5 in reverse order. I've got number 5, Lethal Bizzle with Pow, with the all-star lineup. Number 4, Dizzy Rascal, Fix Up, Look Sharp. Number 3, Skepta, Shut Down. Number 2, Stormzy, Shut Up. And number 1, Giggs, Talking the Hardest.
Oof.
Banger.
Yeah, big tune.
What have you got?
So, what was it, 10 to 6? So we've done 10 to 6.
Top 5.
Top 5. So I had Dizzy at 6, by the way, Fix Up, Look Sharp. I had Tiny Pass Out actually before that, but we can argue this point, to be honest. 4, Lethal Bizzle, Power. 3, Stormzy, Shut Up. 2, Giggs, Talking the Hardest. And number 1, Skepta, Shut Down.
Okay, nice. So, a few differences there.
Yeah.
I think, so let's look towards the back end. So, you had Dizzy Rascal 6, didn't you?
I had Dizzy Rascal 6.
I had him 4, so I think for this list, it makes sense to put him in at number 5.
5, yeah.
And Dizzy Rascal, Fix Up, Look Sharp. So, Great songs. This was the second single from the Boy in the Corner album after I Love You, which we looked at that as a possibility as well. But I think this was the song that stands out a bit more. It's a bit more catchy. I remember enjoying this song and listening to it a lot. And I think this actually charted higher than I Love You as well.
And also, I'm thinking about who it inspired. I remember my mother, when she would listen to it, yeah, she'd randomly one day sing it. She'd fix up, look, Sha. I was like,
It was such a quotable line,
right,
isn't it? Like
that
everyone used that. They still use it now.
Exactly, and everyone used to laugh at it. But yeah, no, Dizzy Rascal was one of the first pioneers of UK rap as well. Wiley brought him in originally, but now he made his own name, and that song was part of the way, made a way for him as well. So I still remember in school people starting to listen to that sort of music, and then that's how it got out. You know, I would say.
Lovely. So number 4, I'm thinking it's probably going to be Pals. We've got Lethal Bizzle, Pals, Skepta, Shutdown, Stormzy, Shut Up, and Gigs. So out of those 4,
we'll have to say Lethal Bizzle.
I think it's got to be Lethal Bizzle, yeah.
And the reason why this is high for me, is because even though it wasn't the number 1, everybody listened to this song, and I mean everybody. If you're of a certain age, mid-20s, getting to your 30s, and you'd be listening to this song in your school, high school, all the time. And this is when Lethal Bizzle, you could say, became a household name because he had influenced the culture. It was like a new sound. It was so different to what we've heard before, you know. And yeah, no, it was a banger.
Yeah, it was a great moment. So this was just to confirm, this was Power featuring Jamie, Wiley, Chip, Two-Face, P Money, Gets, and Kano. So already that's like 4 from our legends list.
Exactly.
So you got 4 of the top in the game, all on the same song.
And you're even forgetting the 2004 version when you had Demon, Napa, all these guys that.
So this song did a madness. It's definitely Lethal Bizzle's career standout moment.
Yeah.
So yeah, a great song, representative with all those features of the culture, really, like grime artists, rap artists.
And you know it's a good song when all those grime artists actually wanna go and be on the remix, because that song was big. Yeah. Everybody listening to the song. So number 4 we have Lethal Bizzle, Power. What was your number 3?
So number 3 I had Skepta, Shutdown. Was that your number 1?
That was my number 1.
Okay, that's fine. And I had Gigs number 1. So logically, we put Stormzy, who hasn't got a number 1 nomination from us.
Yeah.
At number 3.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
That's
number
fine.
3.
Stormzy, Shut Up.
Stormzy, Shut Up. Now this was, I couldn't believe, already 5 years ago, 2015. And to be honest, that was my first serious involvement with Stormzy. I think I was actually at uni in that time. I think I was in the library and my friend next to me was playing it in the library. And I know he had songs before that, but that was my first real moment where I noticed Stormzy and I said, okay, this guy, and I had to go back and check all his other stuff, and just incredible to do it as a freestyle, to do it so casually, it wasn't released as an official song, it was just him with his friends in the park. The whole backdrop of it is, I think, so iconic and so great.
Yeah, I remember.
The Adidas tracksuit.
Adidas tracksuit
as well.
I still remember
iconic.
When you saw iconic, but I remember listening to once. I'm like, I knew this song was gonna be big, and it also got bigger as well when Anthony Joshua was fighting someone. I forgot who the fighter was, but then
he used it.
He had listened to Stormzy as well.
And AJ who used the song.
Yeah, AJ. Yeah. I don't know who he was fighting though. I'm not sure if it was.
But he won.
He won the fight, but
because of the Stormzy song.
It was Dillian White. It was against Dillian White. It was against Dillian White. Yeah, it was a big fight in the UK. So I'm a huge boxing fan, so I was watching it, and that song came out. I remember the views for Stormzy Shut Up. The views went crazy. Everybody listened to it. Whether you're young, you're old, everybody used to sing it. You know, very catchy as well.
Yeah, what moment for him as a breakthrough.
So that's why the influence on the culture. Yeah, obviously Anthony Joshua helped it, but it was still quite big there. But after that song was on the actual walk on the entrance, yeah, people started listening to it, started gravitating towards Stormzy. Everybody used to play his music, and that was the main music that was, you know.
Incredible journey, man. From Shut Up 5 years ago in the park to headlining Glastonbury 5 years later.
Yeah, man, he's done his thing.
Number one album,
He's done his thing. He's done his thing. You know.
Incredible, really. Okay, so now we need to decide on the number 1 and the number 2. So I'll preach for Gigs. You can preach for Skepta Shutdown.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it needs a lot of words really. Gigs. You just say "Talking the Hardest." You say the title. That's enough, man. Everyone knows that song. It's a huge hype track.
And I think
Everyone's
again,
accepted.
Anthony Joshua played it on one of his.
Oh yeah, I can see that being a song.
Yeah,
You pick. That's
one
gonna
of
get you.
one of his ring
That's gonna get
entrances.
you
I
going.
don't know which one it was. You have to come back to that, but I'm sure he played it as well. But yeah, no, that's a big tune.
I think, next 5 years they'll still be talking about it, man. It's just.
I hear that. I said Skepta number 1 because the Shutdown I think was number 1 as well. It was on his Mercury album Konnichiwa.
Yeah.
It was a huge song, man. Everybody used to be playing that. But I can vouch for Gigs, you know what I'm saying? I can be honest, I can be humble.
No, they're both
They're
great.
both amazing, but
That Shutdown was as well in Skepta. I think he had a bit of a break. He came back and he reignited the scene, as again we touched on in the last episode. So.
But I guess in terms of actual influence, I'm bringing a different sound, but still keeping it in that grime context and rap context. You probably have to put Gigs number 1.
That song survived a longer
period.
longevity at the moment. So, but that's not the fault of them artists really. So so happy. Okay, so you want to put Skepta
Number 2.
number 2. Happy with that.
Gigs number 1.
And Gigs number 1.
So all you people from South, you're gonna be happy that his influence was
That's another
major.
debate. Is there anyone? Quick question: is there anyone you think might, like one of the newer rappers like Stormzy, who might emerge to make a song that's gonna last the test of time or could potentially do it?
I think Jay Huss has got all the potential.
Jay Huss, yeah.
Yeah. I think there will be so many songs that guy will be bringing out.
And I think Dave as well.
Dave, yeah, definitely.
I think Dave will have a song on this list maybe in the next 5-10 years. I think his song Black is incredible, is incredibly significant, but that's actually one of his least, I was searching and that's one of his least played songs. It's got one of the fewest hits, but that should be a song that evolves and like people play for
You got
years.
Thiago, remember the Thiago Silva with
Thiago Silva, AJ.
AJ as well.
Yeah, that's
So I think it will probably be one of them two, definitely Dave or Huss.
Yeah, definitely they're gonna be.
Cause-
And Stormzy might even do another one.
Yeah.
I wouldn't rule it out.
But then I think also the culture, yeah. Jay Huss is from an African background. This culture is just like
He's so versatile.
you can do it appeals to me as well. So is Dave in it. So it's like they can do both things. So they can do like enjoyable tracks that you dance to, but then the tracks that
All
are
different
deep.
vibes, yeah.
Yeah, you need to be versatile.
And I don't know if people see Jay Huss as a proper rapper in terms of just spitting bars, but he can.
He can.
You've got to check. And there's one on his album called Deeper Than Rap, a really good song.
Yeah.
Just bars, so I would check that out. I forgot the name of the album now, something Conspiracy.
A big
Big
conspiracy.
Conspiracy, there we go.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me read the final list then. So we've agreed on this. So we have number 10, Chip Champion. Number 9, Wiley, Wearing My Rolex. Number 8, Tinchy Strider, Game Over. 7, Kano, P's and Q's. Number 6, Tiny with Pass Out. Number 5, Dizzy Rascal, Fix Up, Look Sharp. Number 4, Lethal Bizzle with Pow. Number 3, Stormzy, Shut Up. Number 2, Skepta, Shut Down. And number 1, we have gone with Gigs, Talking the Hardest. So, what should the people do if they agree or disagree with that?
So basically, if you disagree, you agree. You like what we've done. We don't like what we've done. Please comment. Please subscribe. Please like.
Anything, yeah. We'd like to hear from you guys and get a bit of a conversation going because that's
the name.
purpose, and
Exactly.
it's all about opinions really. So I'm
Exactly.
sure we've left out some great songs that we might have been forgotten
But, you
or just
know,
got the list completely wrong, but who knows.
but please comment, subscribe. Tell us your feelings. You know, we're always looking for feedback, so that could be one thing. So yeah.
And yeah, and next week we had a comment about doing the top 10 UK albums as well. So hopefully next week we can look at the top 10 UK rap albums as well. So that'll be
That'd be great.
interesting as well. So anyway, thanks for watching. Like my man said, like, comment, subscribe, and yeah,
Take care.
take care for now.